I never imagined that my life would change so drastically in a matter of seconds. I was a skeptic, always seeking rational explanations for everything and living in a world of tangible certainties. I believed that what mattered were success, visible results, and that life was limited to what we could see and touch. However, all of this was challenged on the day I experienced something that would completely transform my perception of life, death, and most of all, myself. It happened abruptly and unexpectedly, as so many life-altering events do. A car accident, one moment of distraction, 1 second of inattention, and my physical world was interrupted by metallic sounds, followed soon after by a profound silence. The impact was so intense that, for a moment, I thought that was the end of everything. But strangely, it wasn't the end. In fact, it was the beginning of something far greater than I could have ever imagined. When I closed my eyes after the accident, something happened. I was no longer in my body, but above it, watching the scene as though I were merely an observer. It was as if I were watching a movie in which I was the main character, but without the emotional connection I would normally feel. Do you understand me? There was no fear, no pain, no panic, just a deep sense of peace and an indescribable calm, something I had never experienced before. Then, everything began to change. A soft, welcoming light appeared before me. It was a light that seemed alive, pulsating with an energy that radiated love and understanding. I was irresistibly drawn toward this light, and as I approached it, I felt a presence so powerful and loving that it could only be described as divine. Though I had never been deeply involved in spiritual matters, I instantly knew I was in the presence of something extraordinary, something that transcends human understanding. As I approached this presence, I began to realize that time, as we know it, no longer existed. There was no past, no present, no future, everything seemed to be happening at once, and every fragment of my life was there, within my reach. It was as if a film was playing before my eyes, and I saw every moment of my existence unfold. Not just the big moments, the successes, the failures, the major decisions, but also the small gestures, the words spoken and unspoken, the thoughts I never imagined would have any real impact. God, yes, because that's what I felt, the presence of God, was there, showing me the interconnectedness of everything. Every action of mine reverberated throughout the universe, like ripples in a lake. And at that moment, I realized how much of my life had been guided by an outward search, the search for material success, for recognition, for having rather than being. I had spent so much time trying to mold myself to others' expectations that I had forgotten to look inward, to listen to my own soul. And that's when the deepest revelation came. God, with a wisdom I could barely comprehend, showed me something that would forever change the way I see the world and myself. He showed me a path I had been following, a road that seemed safe, predictable, but that was ultimately leading me away from my true purpose. I saw how my attachment to the material, to apparent success, was blinding me to what truly mattered. My relationship with myself, with the people I love, and with the universe itself was being neglected. But it wasn't a reprimand. God wasn't judging me. Instead, He revealed these truths to me with infinite compassion, like someone teaching a child to take their first steps. The revelation came gently but powerfully: you're forgetting to live inwardly. And at that moment, everything made sense. That message, live inwardly, resonated with me like a soft melody I hadn't realized I had been searching for. For so long, my attention had been directed outward, toward others' opinions, external success, and the fear of failing in society's eyes. But in that moment, I understood that all genuine happiness, all true purpose, can only be found when we look inward, to who we are at our core. God showed me that the path to peace and fulfillment begins with understanding who we are in our deepest essence. When I returned, carrying that revelation in my heart, I began to question the decisions I had made up until that point. Was I truly living according to my deepest values? Was I allowing myself to fully experience each moment? These questions led me to make small changes in my daily life, from how I connected with others to how I experienced moments of silence and reflection. Slowly, I began to discover a new rhythm, more connected to my soul. The most profound transformation, however, came in the way I dealt with time. Before my experience, time felt like an endless race, as if I were always late, always trying to reach some unattainable destination. But now, I understood that time is a precious gift and that living it with presence and intention is the true key to a fulfilled life. It was no longer about how much I accomplished, but about how deeply I experienced each second. With this new understanding, my connection with those around me also changed. I began to listen more, to be more present in conversations, to genuinely care about what was being said, rather than worrying about what I would say next. And it was in this space of presence that I discovered the true value of relationships, not in what they can offer us, but in what we can share and build together. Finally, the greatest lesson that God gave me in that revelation was about love. He showed me that love is not a fleeting emotion or a conditional exchange. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of healing, transforming, and uplifting. And that love begins within each of us. When we learn to truly love ourselves, we can spread that love to the world, creating a wave of light that can touch the lives of everyone around us. That is the true purpose of living inwardly. I was living for others, for what they expected of me, without paying attention to what my soul truly needed. I saw how my daily choices were leading me down a path of frustration and pain. But God also showed me that I had the power to change that destiny. If I made small changes, not external revolutions but internal transformations, I could find the peace and purpose I had been searching for. The vision continued, and God revealed something even more unexpected. Within me, there was a gift, something unique I had repressed for so long, out of fear of not being enough or of being judged. This gift, this inner light that I had denied myself, was the key to a full life. I had been called to share this experience, to be a messenger of something greater, something that transcends earthly life. It was a mission of love. God showed me that if I accepted this truth, if I allowed this gift to blossom, I would not only find inner peace but also be able to light the way for others. You are a messenger of light, I heard, or rather, I felt in my soul. And then, suddenly, the light began to recede. I felt myself being pulled back into my body, and when I opened my eyes, I was surrounded by paramedics. The sound of sirens brought me back to reality, but something had changed. I was no longer the same person. That experience transformed me in ways words can barely describe. Since then, every choice, every action of mine is guided by that moment of revelation. I understood that life is so much more than what our senses can perceive. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience, and it is up to us to discover the purpose of this journey. The revelation I received taught me that nothing in life happens by chance. Even the moments of greatest pain and challenge carry important lessons, which, if we are willing to learn, guide us toward our true essence. After my return, I began to look at every situation with new eyes, seeking the purpose behind each experience. I realized that the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable were not punishments, but invitations for growth, so that I could become the highest version of myself. More than that, I began to understand that the people who cross our paths are also part of this process. Those who challenge us, provoke us, who stir our deepest emotions, are often mirrors reflecting parts of ourselves that we still need to heal or understand. Human connections became more meaningful, and rather than resisting difficulties, I began to accept them as opportunities for transformation. This understanding brought me a peace I had never felt before. With this new perspective, the priorities in my life changed completely. What once seemed urgent, material achievements, the search for external validation, lost its weight. What truly mattered was what was happening within me, in the depths of my being. It was a call to introspection, to self-knowledge, and to connection with something greater that transcends the physical. Spirituality, which I had once seen as distant, became the center of my existence. But this awakening was not always easy. As I transformed, I realized that some people around me didn't understand this change. I lost friends, distanced myself from certain situations, and had to let go of aspects of my old life that no longer resonated with me. It was a painful process, but a necessary one, for I understood that to embrace the truth revealed to me, I had to make choices aligned with my new purpose. And then, the greatest discovery came, that true love begins within us. During my experience, I felt a love so profound that it transcends any human comprehension. When I returned, I realized that this love is available to all of us, at any moment. I learned that, before seeking it outside, we must cultivate it within. Loving ourselves unconditionally, accepting our imperfections, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. It was this shift in perspective that brought true transformation to my life and continues to guide every step I take. Today, I dedicate myself to sharing this story with the world, in the hope that others will also awaken to the truth of who they truly are. God is within each of us, waiting for us to discover our own path of light and love. If there is one thing I've learned, it's that life does not end with death, and that each of us has a crucial role to play in this great mystery that is existence. I live with a deep sense of gratitude. The near-death experience taught me that life is fragile, but at the same time, infinitely precious. I don't know how much time I have left on this earthly journey, but I know that each day is an opportunity to live according to the purpose that was revealed to me. And if there's one truth I carry with me since that day, it's that we are all part of something much greater than we can imagine, and each one of us carries a divine spark that is just waiting to shine. I live with a deep sense of gratitude. The near-death experience taught me that life is fragile but, at the same time, infinitely precious. I don't know how much time I have in this earthly journey, but I know that each day is an opportunity to live according to the purpose that has been revealed to me. And if there's one truth I carry with me since that day, it's that we are all part of something much greater than we can imagine, and each of us carries a divine spark just waiting to shine. These revelations have brought me a new perspective on the little things in everyday life. A simple sunrise now reminds me of the ephemeral beauty of life, while the laughter of a child touches me deeply, revealing the purity and joy that still exist in this world. Every moment has become an opportunity to experience life fully, and I strive to embrace each one with a grateful heart. The fragility of existence has taught me that we should not postpone our feelings and expressions of love that we often keep to ourselves. In this new chapter of my life, I have started to connect more deeply with the people around me. I feel that each encounter is a chance to exchange energy and share stories. My conversations have become more meaningful, and every laugh is a reminder that we are all in this journey together. I have learned to listen attentively and open up to the vulnerabilities of others, creating bonds that were once superficial. Love and compassion are, without a doubt, the most powerful forces we have. Moreover, I decided to channel my gratitude into concrete actions. I began to engage in community projects and causes that resonate with my heart. Whether helping at an animal shelter or participating in fundraising campaigns, I realized that every small contribution makes a difference. The feeling of serving others not only nourishes my soul but also reflects the love I have received and want to spread. It's a wonderful exchange. The more I give, the more fulfilled I feel. Looking to the future, I feel a mixture of expectation and serenity. Uncertainty can be intimidating, but now I see it as an invitation to explore the unknown. I am determined to live each day with courage and purpose, knowing that my journey is intertwined with many others. The message I want to share with the world is clear: each of us is unique and possesses an inner light that, when revealed, can illuminate the path for others. With an open heart and a receptive mind, I am ready to discover what else life has to offer, confident that I am exactly where I need to be.